No school today? I don't think so. It's Emperor's birthday today. Everyone is in the park, you know. I'm evading so many kids here. And if you're lucky, you know, you can get elected to go to the palace and wave to the imperial family and the emperor. But I think, you know, they do some kind of a lottery. And also it's the last of the cold days. Finally, you know. It's going to get warmer, like 14 degrees Celsius. Too hot for me already. Actually, you know, I think Emperor's birthday was on Sunday, but they make holiday on Monday just for, you know, sake of it. Beautiful plum trees are growing still. The cold weather kept them really, you know, slow. You see, they're still trying to open. Have you been lucky with what? Holiday? I guess so. Beautiful, you know, sunny. Oh, this tree is 100% probably, maybe beyond 100% bloom. Very nice. Even last week there were tons of bees coming here, but today is so cold. I don't. Yeah, there are some bees flying up there, but not that many. They are making the plum honey, you know. It's quiet. Interesting. I've never eaten one. Maybe there isn't enough of it because, you know, bees are lazy when it's cold. They don't like flying much. Maybe that's why. It's beautiful. Almost looks like popcorn growing on a tree. There's the airplane. This is another variety. The pink plums. I actually like these ones more. I remember the time when the temperatures were better and, you know, all these trees at the same time bloomed. You could go there on top of that hill over there and see all the colors all at once. Here is a mixture, you know, that the first ones are already dried and then you have more coming. This is actually the first tree that started to bloom in the middle of almost January, maybe late January. And wind is blowing, of course. There's another tree here, which is slightly few days delayed, but also very beautiful. And we just go to the other side. Oh, this is a nice pink one. Just want to get it with the light being behind me. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people doing barbecue on the other side of the park. Smells pretty good. Oh, this is beautiful. Where are the bees? Where are the bees? Somehow they prefer that tree over there more. They haven't discovered this one. I know when I was doing shopping for my flowers, for my garden, the bees were all over these bonsais. Oh, there is one bee over there, far up. And so the whole home center with the flowers was buzzing. I don't know, if you're a person who don't like insects, maybe it's scary. Yeah, it's very pretty. This is like one of the best flower festivals to come to Japan and enjoy, because cooler weather means, these flowers stay on very long time. Some trees will last almost till cherry blossoms. And of course now it's still nice and sunny, wind isn't strong, dust is not flying, so it's okay to sit and eat something on the dry grass, maybe dormant grass. But later on it's tricky, you can get rain. The change in weather for the spring creates different atmosphere, and when the cherry blossoms are gone, then more things change and rainy season comes later on. Wow, this is gonna be a record number of plums growing this year. I think they blew more than last year. Not too hot, yeah, that's the thing. Temperature makes all the difference. It's actually nice to be outside under the sun while it's just 10 degrees Celsius. Like perfect. You don't sweat, you don't do anything. But when the temperature increases, it just gets more and more uncomfortable. And then when the humidity cuts in, that's very, very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, when it's dry, for the half of the year, it's very nice, very nice. This lower Japan here is perfect, no snow. You can do whatever you want. Cycling, playing outside, walking, geocaching. Huge freedom as compared to where you have snow and you cannot easily move to another location. Sorry, the wind is blowing probably. You cannot hear me well. And of course, Mount Fuji is still covered with snow. Sometimes I can see the ice crystals flying off. At the summit, sometimes really tough, strong winds blowing. Not the place to be. Not the place to be. But at the bottom is beautiful. Even if you go to the beach, the radiation of the heat from the sand on the cold weather makes you so comfortable. I think over there magnolia is going to bloom, but that's later. The buds are already coming. Wow, there's tons of people here today. Good use of a metropolitan park, but only on vacation or when you can actually drive here. Other than that, it's quite usual, as you see in my other scopes. How is the weather at your place? Sorry, the reception here is somehow bad. Maybe because there are so many people here. If I walk further, it will recover. Sometimes, I don't know, reception is bad. Maybe it depends to which tower I'm connected, and there aren't many of them since this park is very gigantic. Well, I think the speed is recovering now. Speed is recovering. I must have entered some dead zone, but sometimes, you know, I walk there and it just works. I think the radio waves might be sometimes bouncing well or not. I guess the recovered whole bitrate is recovered to the fullest. Not sure how it looks like on your end. Ah, these winter sweets are still hanging on. Once I was on top of Mount Fuji and there was such a good reception because not many people went up there. And it was COVID. But when I came there again, there were more people and the reception was terrible. I think the number of people matters. Might be even the mobile carrier throttling the speed. If they get overwhelmed. Here it's nice, no one's around almost. Remember when they were installing these lanterns, energy saving light lanterns, LED. I bet they saved a lot of money doing that. I think these trees also got trimmed so they don't pose some safety concerns. Trimming of trees is always, it always happens, and you know, they trim them really well so they don't grow too high, you know, with strong winds. It's just dangerous, it can kill you. Trees here. Some are trimmed, some are not trimmed. Probably maybe they're dying or they broke before and are dying now. Oh, more wind, more wind. This one has been cut or trimmed. this kind of trimming. See, they remove almost everything and then the tree recovers later. Gets more bushy. Another spot of low signal here. Long time no see. Tornado leaves. My goodness, it's the last day that's cold, maybe, and then it's supposed to warm up. I wish the cold stayed longer. In the past few days it was just terribly cold. Just for the end, it was saving it for the end. But spring is here. Today is Emperor's birthday, holiday, parks like this one. There's lots of people. Beautiful blue skies today. Probably on the Mount Fuji side there are clouds, so there won't be any views. Nice to see no snow for you. You still have yours. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, this year it didn't snow at all. I just saw few snowflakes falling and that was it. Maybe it's a lucky year. Yeah, it's really windy. In the past few days, you know, when the Haru Ichiban wind started to blow, it's like the first strong wind from the south. When that starts to blow, it's the beginning, like you know, of spring almost, and the winds are continuing since then, but they're much weaker. Thank goodness. But yeah, you can imagine, you know, the wind on Mount Fuji. Probably impossible to stand it. A million times stronger. Yeah, Mount Fuji is behind the clouds over there. There's plenty of clouds. On a clear, super clear day, you can see it. Very beautiful view. Traffic's waiting for red light. To change. Still a very nice season to be outside because it's dry. It's really good for cycling. But you know, even when you cycle, you still get roasted by the sun, even in the winter. You just gotta bring some sunscreen. Much better than in the summer. Summer is completely like you cannot really go too hot and too dangerous to overheat. Summer is only good for staying indoors. You have to be a tourist on adrenaline to really go. Perfect day for relaxation. You can do barbecue or just can sleep on the blanket. Best is to bring those lightweight tents and enjoy time inside one. Konnichiwa. Welcome. To Japan, if you are Japanese. Nihonjin desu ka? Nah. Good try. Good try. Spring here, sunny, and windy. I think there's gonna be a major storm coming, and that's gonna pump more warmer air from the south. I am not, no. Medgrad, oh my gosh, long time no see, Medgrad. Thanks for coming. How are you doing? How are your plants? I made such a beautiful plant bed. I'm surprised myself, you know. I went shopping last week and planted plants. It's so beautiful. Gargantua movie made in Japan. Oh, I haven't seen that one. How was it? Sounds exciting. I'll have to check it out maybe. Seems like a ambulance and fire truck on signal. Oh, good to know. Yeah, Gargantua. Interesting. Back outside, yeah, I'm sure. Here, you know, I went to the store and I bought moss, I bought cedars, I bought Winter Delight. Oops, I walked into the branch. Winter Delight. I bought a whole bunch of other flowers and I planted them. Some cornets. I don't even know cornets. They kind of look like roses, but they're not roses. And I put them in a pot I found in the garbage. A pot is the shape of a barrel, but only half of it, right? So it's like a pot. It's really cool. I've got an eye candy outside of my window, and hopefully, you know, it won't be freezing anymore. That'll be disaster, right? But the plants are good for 0 degrees Celsius, so I don't have to worry. I ripped so many weeds out. I had this pot with just random plants I put in there, and it looked terrible. And I don't know what came into me, and I've redone it. I landscaped it into wow, eye candy. And I have to tell you that I was feeding my carnivorous Drosera plants with the insect powder that I bought to feed my ants. And these plants, they are big now. My gosh, once you feed them, they increase in growth so quickly. yeah, Dean. So I have these Drosera plants that I could not believe they grew out of seeds. The seeds were so tiny. I didn't know there were seeds in there. I just took the wilted flowers. I ground them in my hands, so it was like fine dust. So I think the seeds were too small to be seen even. I didn't know what's in the dust. And I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna put it in this soil here, put some water. And then in one day I realized, gosh, there's something so tiny, like 1 pixel of a green in there. And I think, well, that's weird. Maybe a moss is starting to grow. Then I took a magnifying glass, and I could see the sticky, tiny leaf coming out. Drosera has these sticky granules on top of their leaves, and it was that. It was so unbelievably tiny, must have been less than 1/2 of a millimeter or even smaller, like a speck almost. Like if you look at it, you cannot tell it's a plant or whatever that is. Hold on a second, I gotta tie my shoelace. So feeding carnivorous plants, that's a thing. Mustard seed? I never tried mustard seeds. Probably, it's something so small that it's, you don't know if you actually have the seeds or not. And the original plants died because of the extreme heat, and I put them outside. These Drosera seem to like only anywhere from 15 to 25 Celsius. If it gets above it, they just go dormant and stop growing. And it's a problem here because every summer, I'm scared they're gonna die. And I don't put them outside because it stresses them. The sun is just sun is too strong. Yeah, poppy seeds, you can see poppy seeds, right? Like you can see them and eat them. This is like, you talk like maybe, I don't know, 1/50 of a poppy seed. Like as if you have dust on your hands, but you don't see it's a dust, but there is something on your hands. Really, really fine stuff. Oh, that was the same bicycle I had. People love these things. Anyway, now the plants are so big, I cannot believe I actually grew them out of seeds. But since, I had the impression they like hot, humid weather, but it's not the case. They don't like anything more than 25 degrees Celsius. Good indoor plant, and in the summer, maybe if it doesn't get hot, I don't know, somewhere maybe Canadian weathers, somewhere closer north maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna be feeding it. Maybe I'll make a scope of feeding them. It's kind of boring because I take a toothpick or spatula and I coat it with ground insects, and then I slide it on top of the leaves, and then in a few hours these leaves curl slowly on each other onto the speck you put on that leaf. And I guess that's how they start digesting. So yeah, feeding plants reminds me of the musical, what was that? The Shop of Horrors. with that Rick Moranis. was it him? I think it was him. Where do you get ground insects? My aunt store that sells food for ants has ground fish, ground meat, ground insects. Basically, plants like to eat protein, so but they like insects the most because they don't cause mold. So yeah, you gotta buy them from somewhere. I don't know, maybe a pet shop would have some kind of a fish food or insects or ground insects. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thanks for coming, and yeah, it's gonna get warm next week, so hopefully the warm weather will come to you too. Bye for now. Little Shop of Horrors, that's right. I remember it. Anyway, take care. Bye.